Hello, everybody. Eric here with the weekly wrap up for July 20th through the 26th. Now, on my channel, Monday and Friday, I posted book reviews as always. They were the first two books in my mystery book bundle. 5 books in a row, something connecting them. I haven't said what it is. Now, someone has already guessed what the connection is, but if you don't look at the comments, if there's anybody who still wants to guess, that's why I'm not mentioning what the two books are that I reviewed, because that might give it away. And I'm not going to mention the upcoming reviews, but Monday and Friday of the upcoming week will be books 3 and 4 of that 5-book mystery book bundle. So 5 books in a row, something connecting all 5 books. It's already been guessed by one person, regular viewer and commenter, Michael Booker. Congratulations. But if anyone else wants to try to guess, just don't look at the comments in the videos for the book bundle, because the answer's there. And you can guess. When it's all over, I'll reveal it to anyone who didn't either guess or look at the comments. So that's what went up Monday and Friday, 2 book reviews, mysteries. Wednesday was Reading Remembrances, September 2007. So everybody please check those out. Work. Really nothing to get into. We had a new person start. We had, well, not my team, but there was a problem in another area with some Vitamix stuff. So things are kind of up in the air right now. Don't really need to talk any more about that. And let's see, I didn't really watch anything. I'm supposed to watch Godzilla King of the Monsters. I thought it was on Amazon Prime for free, but it's not. You have to pay for it. It's on HBO Max for free, and I do not have HBO Max at the moment. I think I could get my sister's login password and watch it, but I haven't bothered with that. So I did not watch Godzilla King of the Monsters, even though I've been told that I'm supposed to watch it. And yeah, I did pick up Final Destination Bloodlines on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet because I'm always reading. Lots of reading. I left the books I read over there out of reach, but this past week I finished King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I'll be recording that review shortly, as well as Cracking Spines, 3 Decades of Horror by Jason Cavallero. Now, I'm not sure about his last name, something like that, but since I'm not looking at it, not 100% sure. Let's do this. I don't want to get it wrong. So, hopefully, that will come up, and then I will do that. I'm going to my Goodreads. And then we will click on that. And, yeah, Cavallero. Hey, pretty good. I'm proud of myself for that one. So that's what I read. King of Ashes, Cracking Spines. I have not decided what to read next. Been playing games today and went to the store. Bought a new game, but I already put it away. It's called Emberleaf. It's a lot of fun. But the big part of this video, you can see books in the frame. I went a little nuts. It was payday. So, it's book haul time. This is what everybody's really here for. I went to Barnes & Noble. Haven't been there in quite some time. I picked up a few books. So let's look at those first. And we have Blood on Satan's Claw, or The Devil's Skin by Robert Wynne Simmons, with illustrations by Richard Wells. So there's some illustrations inside that look like this. And this is a novelization of the movie Blood on Satan's Claw by the original screenwriter. And this is considered one of the, what does this say? The unholy trinity of cult classics which gave birth to the film genre that would become known as folk horror, along with The Wicker Man and Witchfinder General It found new ways to utterly terrify audiences using elements of superstition and folklore. So I'm very excited about reading that. Excuse me. I also picked up The Return by Rachel Harrison. This is her first novel. I read this when it first came out, but I didn't own a copy, so now I have it. So I have everything she's done except her short story collection. I need to pick that up, and I don't think her new one is out yet, but I'm excited for that. Then I grabbed this, Bound in Blood, and this is Stories of Cursed Books, Damned Libraries, and Unearthly Authors. This is edited by Johnny Maines. It's from Titan Books. And, well, we'll just go with what's on the front cover. Eric LaRocca, Elizabeth Hand, A.G. Slatter, Charlie Higson, Adam Cesare, or Caesar, depending on who you are, and many more. So as a book lover, reading horror stories about books seems just right to me. Now, the final book that I picked up at Barnes & Noble is going to tie in with the first 3 books that I show you that I ordered online. So that's why I did this in this order. Because this is from Tor Nightfire, a publisher, or an imprint anyway, that I buy 95% of what they put out. There's one author I'm not a fan of that they've done reprints of his stuff, so I haven't picked those up. And there's a couple other random ones. I haven't picked up the Brom books yet, the artist and writer, Brom. But anyway, this is The Monster of Elendhaven by Jennifer Geisbrecht. Lots of words I'm having trouble pronouncing, but again, it's Tor Nightfire. It's a little paperback. This was originally published in 2019. I don't know who the original publisher is. The first Nightfire paperback edition, 2025. I really dig that cover. So, the last book that I picked up at Barnes & Noble, I did pick up a couple other things, but they're for somebody at work, so we don't need to go into what those are. Okay, so that was a Tor Nightfire book, and then the next 3 books are all Tor Nightfire, 3 of the newest ones. So first we have Overgrowth by Mira Grant, and perfect for fans of Cuckoo and The Day of the Triffids. And Mira Grant is Seanan McGuire, whom I'm a fan of. I've read barely a fraction of what she's written, and I don't think I've read anything she's written under the Mira Grant name, but that's a nice sized book. Then we have Girl in the Creek by Wendy N. Wagner, and this one, Girl in the Creek is a pulse-pounding story about the horrors growing all around us, perfect for fans of Jeff Vandermeer and T. Kingfisher. I've very much enjoyed the T. Kingfisher that I've read. I have not read Jeff Vandermeer. I sat down once in the bookstore and started reading Annihilation. Didn't get into it, but this is about a girl whose brother has been missing for 5 years. She goes looking, and things go off the rails. And then finally, this is a special edition, allegedly. So it's got blue coloring on the sleeves. I'm a little upset. The cover was torn right there. But this is The Library at Hellbore by Cassandra Caw. Big fan of everything I've read from her so far. And again, it's just a fraction of what she's written, although she hasn't written nearly as much as Seanan McGuire. But I liked the stuff that I've read from her, and it's a Tor Nightfire, so picked it up. And yeah, hopefully this is good. And this is what does it say? This school will eat you alive. There's the tagline on there. I thought maybe there was something that said, it's like for fans of this, but I don't see anything. Anyway, it looks pretty cool. So that's 4 Tor Nightfire books. Oh, now I'm going to be bugged by this. Whoever put this dust jacket on Overgrowth did a terrible job. It really should be folded a little further because it's leaving a huge gap there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's move on to a few more things that I ordered on the internet. I just heard about this. Someone, I think, was reading it. Someone on Facebook posted that they were reading it. And so I figured it's a subject I like. It's an author I like. This is Return to Hell House, a prequel by Nancy A. Collins. And it's a prequel to the Richard Matheson story. And, maybe I'll read this next. This looks like a quick read. Big print, not a lot of pages. We'll see. But very excited for this as well. Nancy Collins, great writer. And Hell House by Richard Matheson is a great book. So hopefully she can capture that, the essence of that book. Then we have The Tides of Innsmouth by Jonathan Green. This is from Aconite, and this is Arkham Horror Investigator's game book. So this is actually, a game book, a little more complicated than like a choose-your-own-adventure. There are 3 investigators for you to choose from, and you can print up the investigator sheet to keep track of your stuff, and then, and you need a die, or dice, and so it is similar to a choose your own adventure, but you may have to roll dice. You make decisions. You might have to roll dice and check against your health or your sanity or your strength to see how you do, and then depending on the outcome of that, it'll tell you, turn to 88 or turn to 16. Sometimes it just says make a decision and turn somewhere. I don't know how many different outcomes are possible, but I think this is the second one of these that they've done. And Aconite actually printed 3 very similar books with Marvel characters, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Deadpool. But I get all the Aconite stuff from the Arkham Horror and Call of Cthulhu now they're doing, and Cthulhu by Gaslight. But should be fun if I ever get around to it. Then we have a couple books by the same author here. I think we'll go in this order. I'm looking to see. Yes, so I did not look to see what this was about. I just opened the box. Okay, so this is The Mantis by Kotaro Asaka, and he's the author of Bullet Train, and this is another book about an assassin. This is the 3rd book in a loose trilogy set in Kotaro Asaka's imagined Tokyo criminal underworld. The Mantis features all the hallmarks of his work that readers have come to crave, so very exciting. I loved Bullet Train, and the books are actually, they go 3 Assassins is the first one, then Bullet Train. 3 Assassins was great. Bullet Train was fantastic. They were published out of order in the United States. So I'm looking forward to this one, The Mantis. And then Hotel Lucky 7 by Kotaro Isaka, however you say it. And this features Ladybug from Bullet Train, which I believe is Brad Pitt's character. I haven't watched the movie yet. But Ladybug is the unluckiest assassin in the world. And it says, in Bullet Train, Ladybug was tasked by Maria with retrieving a suitcase from a high-speed train in Japan. All sorts of craziness happened. Will the unluckiest assassin in the world find things easier this time around? All he has to do is deliver a birthday present to a guest in a luxury Tokyo hotel. But, of course, things are going to go crazy. There's a bunch of assassins there, apparently. Big fan of the 2 books I've read by this author, and hopefully these 2 won't let me down. And then finally, I have a partial order from a small press publisher. I ordered these books a month ago. 3 out of the 4 books I ordered have arrived. I opened the box. I saw that there were only 3 books. I was like, what the hell's going on? I went straight to my emails, and the very first email I saw was from the publisher saying that the 4th, not specifically for me, basically it was for anybody who had ordered this other book, which I won't mention. Some people might know when they see these other 3 books, they might know what the omission is. But they sent out a mass email essentially saying when they were mailing out this particular book, they noticed a bunch of them were not up to their standards. And so they're getting new copies and they're going to mail them out and hopefully have it by the end of the week. But, so these are 3 books from Fathom Press. And let's go with, I think this one we'll start with. This is Cold Front by Barry Hammond. I really dig that cover. And this is, I think these are all reprints. Yeah, this is originally from 1982. And on their website, it does say that this is a book from a different time. And so there may be things that nowadays might be considered offensive that weren't necessarily considered offensive back then. But, so Cold Front by Barry Hammond. Now, Cold Front and this next book came in an evidence bag. I love the packaging. So it's got the flap. It's got the little, you can pull the strip off and seal it, but it was not sealed. So it has an evidence bag. And then this toe tag, essentially, was in the book, like it was a bookmark. So it says name of deceased, case number, all this other stuff. So I assume it's like a toe tag. Very, very cool. And the book that was in is Bad Ronald by Jack Vance. And this is originally from 1973. Now, I'm not sure if this is a novelization of a made-for-TV movie, or if this was the novel's original and then the TV movie came later. I think it was a TV movie. Not sure exactly. But again, this is another one that said this is an old book. There may be some offensive things, etc., etc. And just glancing in here, Fathom, this is their Savage Harvest imprint. And book 1 was not available, but it's supposed to be available again soon. So I'm going to be ordering it. And it's Return of the Living Dead by John Russo. It is not The Return of the Living Dead. The movie is a completely different book. John Russo was the, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, but John Russo was the co-writer of Night of the Living Dead with George Romero. And he went on and wrote, I guess they didn't, I don't know if he and George Romero had a falling out or Romero just didn't want to do what Russo's idea was. Not 100% sure about all this. But anyway, Russo ended up writing Return of the Living Dead, which is his sequel to the Night of the Living Dead. I haven't read it, so I can't say for sure. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Bad Ronald by Jack Vance. And then the third book that I got from Fathom Press, which came in this biohazard bag. Awesome. And came with this little vial of maggots. Very fun. And that's The Brain Eaters by Gary Brandner, who is the author of The Howling. I don't think I've ever read anything from him. This was originally published in 1985. It also has the warning on the website about how it was published a long time ago. There may be offensive things we consider offensive now that weren't necessarily considered offensive then. This is the biggest, thickest of the 3. And again, love that cover. I love the covers for all three of these. The book that I did not get, again, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is a book I already own. But the cover was so fantastic, I decided to get a second copy of it. Plus, it's always nice to have a nice collection. And yes, these are, I mean, they're barely numbered, but they are numbered. That's number 2, number 3, and number 4. Yes. So it's SH002, SH00, whoops. No, it's 2, 4, and 5. So number 3 is the one that I didn't get. Return of the Living Dead is the first one that wasn't available at the time that I ordered these. But it does say SH002, SH004, SH005. So Savage Harvest, 2, 4, and 5. So I'll probably just have all these on the shelf together as a nice little set. I'm a little crazy like that. Anyway, that is all of the books that I got this week. And there's actually one more on the way. It's supposed to arrive on Monday. It's another Arkham Horror, or maybe Call of Cthulhu. I think it's Arkham Horror from Aconite Press. It's the third in the trilogy by the author Tim Pratt. Just came out. So the books that I ordered from Amazon were multiple orders in the same day. Because, excuse me, I didn't realize certain things were out, and I had placed an order and then found out something was out and placed another order to get that. My biggest disappointment, Tim Leben wrote a Conan novel, Conan the Barbarian, and it just came out this past week, as of this recording, but on Amazon, for some reason, not only is it $3.99 shipping and handling, or shipping? Do they even say handling anymore? $3.99 for shipping, and it says ships within 7 to 10 days, and arrival sometime in mid-August. And it's from Titan Books, so I don't know why that is. I believe Titan is UK based, so maybe because of things going on in the world, crazy things, maybe that's affecting it. I don't know. Barnes & Noble, I could order it from Barnes & Noble. They didn't have it in stock, but even that says it won't ship for a few days. So I don't know what the deal is. That's the whole reason I went to Amazon this payday, was to get that Conan book. And I did not order it. I'm just waiting to see if anything changes. I'll give it another week maybe and see if sometimes the status, availability, and things will change. So I'll wait a little bit, and if it doesn't change, I will. I don't know what I'm going to do, because I think on Barnes & Noble, it's full cover price. Maybe I should eat that bullet. It doesn't say how long it will take to arrive. I think on Amazon, it's discounted price, but then you add the shipping and handling, and again, mid-August. So we shall see. And I was very excited about that. That would have been the next book that I was going to read if I had gotten Tim Leben's Conan book. And he has an original novel coming out shortly, sometime in early August, I think, early to mid-August. And then he has another book from a small press coming out. I'm very excited about that. Tim Leben's busy, busy man. So that's about it. I can't think of anything else to talk about from this week. I worked. I read. I spent way too much money. And it's Saturday evening as I'm recording this. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'm doing laundry, and hopefully by then I will have chosen which book I'm reading next, and I'll be deep into that. Don't think I'll be watching anything that I can think of. I do have some new Blu-rays. I have lots of old Blu-rays and DVDs and things that I could watch. I always plan on, I'm like, all right, well, at least once a week I'm going to watch something. And then I never do because I'd rather read. I haven't played my Nintendo Switch in quite a few weeks. But that's about it. So question for the video, whenever there's a book haul, does any of this stuff catch your eye? Let me know in the comments below. Or if you've read any of them, let me know what you think. No spoilers. Never spoilers. And how's your week going? What's been going on with you? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. I know I said no spoilers, but as long as you post a spoiler warning, people can decide whether they want to read past that. So, just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. If you care to follow me on other social media, I'll have links for my Instagram and Bluesky in the description below. That's all I have for you this week. So until next week, read more books.